Hi, my name's Todd, and this is my Doyad. It is currently 68 degrees foolish. That makes it a nice even 20 degrees civilized. It's overcast and kind of breezy. Kind of a meh day, but I'm glad to have it off, and maybe we'll get something done on this thing today. Okay, I believe I have my throttle linkage all hooked back up. I lost this little spring clip, so I had to buy more, and they're not exactly the correct thing, but you know what? It should be close enough, and it's seeming to go through its range without binding up or popping off. And I haven't touched this adjustment, so we ain't gonna screw with it. I haven't screwed with this adjustment, so we should be good to go on that. And I believe these are the correct arrangements on those springs, so regardless, it seems to work. We're running it. Okay, I think I got this figured out so that I can actually run the starter with this wire on the solenoid and the timing light at the same time. Let's see if we get anywhere as near where we ought to be. We're getting no induction signal. What's going on? Okay. Let's turn our ignition off and see if we can't figure out what's going on here. Don't want to burn them points up. All right. Let's give this another real quick shot here. We'll turn the we got the arrow that says plug pointing that way towards the plug. Ignition is on. And let's jump to this part of the solenoid. I'm getting no stroboscopic effect, and we're really close to firing. What do you suppose I ought to do? I mean, this is on number one. Man, I sound so close to firing up. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay, I know that this goes counterclockwise we're going to advance this just a whisker and see what happens. Let's loosen this up. And we're going to advance that far. We'll snug this back down. Let's turn the ignition off while we're spinning around so we ain't fucking up the points. And we're going to take that timing light right off there and set it aside for right now, because something, I'm obviously not smart enough to run that right. And we'll hook this back up. On the solenoid. There we go. And we'll try it from the key with the, see what happens. Should have started on the key now. Well, is that closer or further away? Let's try advancing the ignition timing just a whisker more. That seems like it should be a fairly reasonable amount of forward charge here. Let's try it again. What do you suppose I ought to do? Being able to run this timing light and the starter at the same time has proven to be a little difficult. I mean, it's so close. I suppose plugging up this vacuum leak would probably be a good start, huh? Let's take care of that, and we'll give it a go again and see where we are. I won't make you guys watch this. It's gonna be dumb, but I'll be right back. Okay, we got that vacuum leak plugged up. Let's see if that makes any difference at all. Well, I think we are definitely closer. Let's try advancing that throttle just a whisker more. Let's see what that gets us. See if that gets us anywhere within all right. Somewhere? 75th time the charm or something like that? Okay, I think we're closer. Let's retry this shindig. Let me get this set up and we'll give this timing light a go, see if we're anywhere as near. Okay, we got power going to the points. Let's set this at we want 6 degrees worth of advance going on. Let's see if we even got a light. Once again, we got no flashy flash. Maybe it's maybe this thing's, I don't know. We're pointed towards the plug. Let's make sure that's hitting nothing else. Okay. I'm still getting no flashy flash. Hey, I got one. It's too bright out to be able to see the flash. But I think, how am I going to do that? Man, we are really close. Let's try advancing it just a little bit more. I think we're headed the right direction. Okay, let's see if that gives us any love. All right, we're definitely headed the right direction. What did I do? Oh, there it is. Let's advance her a bit more. Oh, like that. Eventually, it's gonna smarten right up, right? You know, that giant exhaust leak ain't helping with the way it sounds, but all right. And away we go. All right, we are definitely moving closer, aren't we? I actually got the timing light to work that time, and I'm leaking water out the overflow. Okay, let's double check that. Yep, okay, that's fine. We ain't concerned with water going out the overflow. Okay. I got the timing light. I'm sure this will be all flickery. but it's at 6 degrees showing here. To do it, maybe you guys can see that, maybe not. And when I'm shooting down here, I got 4 marks showing, and I'm hitting the 10. So that means I'm like 16 degrees. So I got to make a big move. Towards retarded? I don't know. I kind of need 2 more sets of hands, don't I? Yeah, let's give this a couple minutes. We'll check our fluid levels. Oh yeah, that's completely empty now. We're gonna throw another pint in that, and yeah, we're getting closer. We ain't there yet, but we are definitely getting closer. All right, I'll bring you guys back in a bit. Okay, you know what? We're going to try moving it just a little bit further, the same direction that we've been going, clockwise, and see what change that makes. If that moves towards the, should be, as I understand it, with this thing on 6, which is what I'm supposed to be, I should be showing 0. We'll give that a little bit more. And stick it back down. Okay. And I'm going to get a paper towel and we'll put that dipstick back in. We're going to hook the timing light back up, do the exact same thing again, see what that change is. All right, there's power to the ignition. Let's set this up. Back to 6. Well, it liked that, didn't it? Even though now it's showing, you know what, I'm going to put this on 0 and we're going to try it again. And see what it's actually reading. Alright, let's give it a little throttle while we're doing it. Yeah. Well, what do you think I got going on here? I can hear that rattle clank too. That ain't good. I want it to be just an exhaust leak. Alright, I think I'm going to do a little research, do some thinking on some shiz, and we'll come back to this in a minute. Okay, you remember when you were a kid and you played Never Have I Ever? Well, never have I ever bled brakes with a vacuum pump. Alright, so it's on the other side, so it should be backwards. Right? Yep. Alright. Alright. So how do you think this is going to work? I understand the principle, but I don't know. We'll give it a go. Ready, steady, and away we run. Make sure it stays on there. We're pulling a little bit of vacuum. Nothing's showing up in the can yet. So it appears, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll pump it up to about 5 inches. And it draws right back down. Let's go take a look at the reservoir. Make sure we ain't draining that. That seems like probably a pretty good idea. It ain't empty, but it's drawing down. I definitely put some in there. So we'll keep on keeping on. Theoretically, we're doing the right thing. I guess we'll see how this works out, won't we? Alrighty then. Make sure that stays on there. We'll pull her up to a little more than 5 pounds. Hey, look, I got fluid coming out. Let's hold this still. Still kind of spotty. Oh, she's built right up to 10 inches and holding. Okay, you know what? We're going to close that valve. Is that 3/8? It is. 3/8. Let me get my 3/8 open end. All right. 3/8 open end. Should we pull a little bit more? Can't hurt. Right. All right, let's go do the same thing to the other side. All right, let's try this on this side. Should be less air here because we've already gotten that fluid to that right rear. Now, which way do I want to turn? I want to turn this way. Okay. Why can't I get a decent grip on that? That is the bleeder, right? Yep. Okay. Gotta see with your hands. Gotta see with your hands. All right. I'm gonna give that just a little bit more, just to be good. And we got to be careful not draw so much that we empty the reservoir, because yeah, that wouldn't be good. All right. And there we're drawing fluid. I should have left this wrench right on it, but whatever. It'll be fine. We still gotta like power bleed them. Once I can get somebody here to give me a hand. There we go. That's closed. All right, let's put this tire back on. We'll move to the right front. Well, this one should be a little easier with the leader valve right here, I would expect. In fact, we're going to leave the bleeder right on it. We'll leave the wrench right on it, rather. You know what I'm trying to say. Spit it out, Todd. Come on. Being able to see what the hell we're doing is a boom. Getting lots of stutter fart air, huh? Oh, and I'm getting some nasty looking junk out of there. That's a good sign. We'll keep drawing. We get about half that jar filled, and then we'll close it off and top up our reservoir again. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that. That fluid is looking pretty not yum. Not yummy at all. Let's make sure our reservoir ain't going away. Oh no, we got plenty in there still. Alright. Let's keep pulling. Got to open the valve, Todd. Oh. Okay. Let's open the valve a little bit more. Still getting an awful lot of let's close that off. We'll go see what we got going on in the reservoir again, because that's like half again as much as we had. Come on, there we go. And that's closed. And we got to do something with that. Get rid of it. Not exactly sure what, but it's happening. Because it ain't going back in. Alright, let's try this again. Nope. Let's get our wrench somewhere where we can actually use it. Right there. Still getting lots of air. Look at how air-filled that fluid is. Think there's a leak somewhere, maybe? You can hear it. Not getting a nice clear fluid anywhere yet. Let's try this. Build up 10 inches or so and give it at least the fluid's coming clearer. Cleaner looking anyway. Let's call that good for now. We'll put the sneaker back on. And that doesn't want to come off that, does it? We'll put the sneaker back on and we'll bleed the other tire, the other side, and that at least advances it beyond where it was, so that we got fluid at all four corners. It should be not that difficult to, you know, power bleed it once we get the engine running right. That's probably going to wait for tomorrow. I'll get some help here and it's going to take a couple of us to get that timing just exactly right. And yeah, moving forward. All right, reel number 4. Come on. There it is. Boink. Alright, think this is going to be just as foamy and dirty. Apparently just as foamy. Yeah, very foamy. Make sure we're not running that thing out of fluid. Oh, we're close. Pretty dirty looking. You're definitely pulling air out of it though. Okay, let's close that. We'll go dump this. And I think we're going to call that good. Good enough anyway, for now. Until we can get somebody to give me a hand and we'll power bleed them. And yeah, it should be pretty spectacular. Let me put this tire back on, and I think we're probably going to call it a day here, because the wifely unit and I got some evening plans for this Friday, and we'll go do them. We'll be back at this tomorrow. Alright, I want to show you guys that we got both reservoirs full, or at least full-ish. You can see where they are. Before we put this lid back on, so that when we come back at it tomorrow, we can see if any of the fluid went anywhere. And that should indicate whether or not we got a leak somewhere. Hopefully not. Cross your fingers. Alright. Like I said, wifely unit and I got some things to do. We're going to pick up all my crap, clean up a little bit, so I can, you know, kind of look presentable. Kinda. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and post this, and we'll make another one for tomorrow. I'd like to thank you guys for sticking around, watching this level of stupid. It was determined that the word was shenanigans. Okay. Shenanigans. I appreciate you guys sticking around to watch this level of shenanigans. So that being said, please like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you are so inclined. It doesn't cost you anything, and it certainly helps the channel out a bunch. Yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Have a fine evening. Bye. This has been an Empty Pockets production.